you want to save money on your direct mail marketing and increase your ROI? I'm going to show you how with multi-drop campaigns. I'm Nate from Postnow. Let's get started. We're going to open up the campaign builder, either from the dashboard or underneath the direct mail tab, create direct mail campaign. It looks like I've already got a campaign in the cart, so I'm just going to clear that. And so as a quick tip for everybody, if you've built a campaign, it's ended up in your cart, and you go to build another campaign, it's best to complete your purchase before you build another one. And so we give you the option to do a quick cart delete. So now that I've got this, we're going to jump into building this multi-drop campaign. So we should probably cover the concept of multi-drop while I fill this out. Once you give your campaign a name, you're going to select the mail type, just like you would with the normal campaign. In fact, we're going to go all the way until we're talking about how we're going to target. So I'm going to pick my induction date. Just for simplicity, I'm going to use one of my existing audiences. And now that I'm at this campaign delivery and repeat options, this is where we really want to stop and focus on this multi-drop. So what's the point of multi-drop? Multi-drop campaigns are meant to continually reach the same set of households over a short period of time, being 3 to 4 months in our recommendation. And the goal is to build long-term trust and value in the household so that you end up being their choice when they need your service. If you're an HVAC company, they may not need your service the first time that postcard goes out. And even if they do, they might not have trust that supersedes who they already know as their HVAC guy. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to overcome the trust threshold so you're the most trusted opinion of these people. And the multi-drop campaign strategy does that because you are constantly in someone's home. It's common from a real estate perspective as well, where agents that want to dominate a neighborhood will send postcards and newsletters and other mail campaigns to the same households for oftentimes years because they're trying to maintain themselves as the established real estate agent in that little area. And in doing so, they can pick a smaller geographic area that they want to focus on. They can become an expert of that area more than the person that's doing a more shotgun approach or the classic one mail campaign and done. And they will see higher returns on that mail over time. It becomes less work too, because if I'm not constantly having to shift my targeting strategy, but instead stick with an idea, I end up saving time and costs on the production aspect of my campaign. So we're at that stage now, and I've got a campaign. It's 3,000 homes. It's a great size for a real estate agent or even a small service company that wants to see how this works. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the mail to all households multiple times, and we'll scroll down to the multi-drop campaign settings. So you need to choose how many mail drops you're going to do. We allow up to 4, and you can plan out more within your own strategy, but the reason we only allow for 4 is that we're going to print all of your pieces at the same time so that you get the better print rate. So for example, right now, if I go 4, well, here, if I scroll down here right now, my quantity is 3,000 and my rate is 24 cents. If I scroll up here and change my number of drops to 4, I'm going to set my induction schedule here. We'll just go bi-weekly. We can come back to this in a second. But if I scroll down to this, I'm now looking at a quantity of 12,000, and I end up saving $1,000 on my print by picking this quantity or doing this multi-drop campaign. So that saves me about $250 on every single one of my campaigns. And if you remember what the original price was, I do not. Let's just go back to 1 here. $1,283. So I'm sending out 4 campaigns for $3,100. And so that's a major cost savings where like I'm saving close to 30% off of my total campaign costs, and even more off of the print. So if I just factor in the print, because my postage is going to stay the same regardless of how many I send out to. So that is the best way to save money on your campaign. And again, because we're going to hit the same people multiple times, we expect better results. There's a great study that I'll link to in the description of the video, if I can find it, that talks about the response rate that comes from direct mail as the drop frequency increases. And what they found is that between 4 and 6 drops, the response rate drastically increases to the point where in one study, the 5th mail drop of a campaign, so the 5th time households got a campaign, generated 83% of the total responses from that 5-drop campaign. So had they stopped at the 4th campaign and not gone to the 5th, they would have had a quarter of the results of their overall campaign that they had by sending that extra piece. And it just goes to show that, with the bombardment of mail pieces that we get constantly, or so not just mail pieces, but advertising messages, maintaining that consistency and being in a tangible, tactile location like the kitchen counter or the coffee table has so much more value than an email in the inbox that is archived or deleted the moment it comes in, or a banner ad that we don't even notice anymore because we're blind to them. So that's the best way to plan out a multi-drop campaign and what to do with it. So when you do pay and complete your campaign, we do collect all the print up front, and there is the option to have your postage paid at the time of the additional drops. And so you'll pay for the first 3,000 postage initially, and then each drop after that, you would pay for the 3,000. We just send out an invoice for you to pay online like you did the campaign, and you can continue on. Thanks for watching. We're excited to help you reach your goals with direct mail. Let us know in the comments what you thought or how you use direct mail effectively. We'd love to feature one of your campaigns, or if you've got questions, reach out to our team for additional support.